of Cosmic Conversations. I'm going to show my, over here on this side, show my show logo for Cosmic Conversations. I am so glad to be here with you. Today is a very special show, and I've got Kitty running through my legs underneath me, and in my brand new studio space. I want to welcome all of you to this very special edition of Cosmic Conversations. Hello, Julie Hill, and hello, Cindy. Thank you for coming on in. I was very thankful for Neshi's program. She does the, I forget what it's called. My mind is going super blank right at the moment. But the dream show that she does on Sunday afternoons. And so I wanted to do something special for the Star Nations community as a way of offering my gifts to the community while we are really adjusting to a new way of life. And so I want to thank everyone for coming on in here this afternoon. It's a gorgeous day outside. So maybe where you are, it's also a gorgeous day, and you've decided to spend some time right here for a cosmic conversation, and I'm very thankful for that. And I want to welcome you to this cosmic conversation. It is a viewer appreciation special. This is all healing messages, all hour for all of you. And because it's a special healing show, I would like to share on the screen what you all are doing for personal healing, for maybe healing your community or your family. What are you doing? And so I want to take just a moment to ask about the sound and about the lighting, because this is a brand new studio space. I've got the new lighting set up, and you hear my little chimes up there, and you see my little butterflies back here. So if you would mind just take a moment and let me know about the sound and about the lighting, and if everything is looking good for today. And I'm going to take a quick drink of water. I'm still working on this space, and there's something I want to show you. Oh, Cindy is saying, oh, look at this. Cindy is saying, I am glowing. How sweet. Thank you. Beaming, she says. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I want to take a minute and show you. The studio is not completely finished. This needs to have its own special place, but I want to show you. I did have it up during the March show in my other studio, but it was kind of back and you couldn't really see it. So looky here. I made myself a sign. It's 11 by 17, so it's pretty good size, nice hard sign. And I had it back behind me at the other studio space, but you couldn't really tell very well. So I'm going to try to find a new place to put it. Behind me here with my butterflies, these are actually windows. You can probably tell that. The windows, and I've got the butterflies clipped to the string that pulls my blinds up and down. So just a little behind the scenes of the studio. We are going to set a sacred space, a sacred container for the healing work that we are going to do together. When we are together and when we are offering those healing messages for the soul, we are doing soul work. This is real healing, soulful work that we are doing together. So always want to set a sacred space for that. Thank you for the compliments on the sign, and thank you for letting me know that the sound and the lighting is good. While you're also sharing messages with me of what you're doing for healing, I'm going to share with you what I'm doing for healing. I'm going to be making some rose water here this afternoon. So they don't really smell, but beautiful fire engine red roses. I got myself some roses. I'm going to make another batch of rose water. I use rose water every day on my face and my hair, and on my skin I use coconut oil and rose essential oil as my moisturizer. And in my hair, sometimes I use, like today, I decided to get all gussied up for y'all. I used a little bit, I did use a rose water mist in my hair and also some frankincense oil mixed with a carrier oil to kind of smooth things down before I curled my hair. So I use essential oils for their healing properties, for their protection properties, and because they just smell awfully good. So with that, what we want to do right now is to set a, sacred space. I'm going to get a drink of water. And I'm going to set sacred space today with my special medicine rattle, my healing rattle. This is made, this is a buffalo hide and a little goose feather here, and I'm afraid I don't know what the handle is made of, but it was specially made for me as a healing rattle, and it is one that I do use for healing rounds when I do shamanic drum healing events, and even work with one-on-one with clients in using sacred sound. So I'm going to use the medicine rattle to help set sacred space today. And I'm going to be using a prayer in the ancient Sanskrit to set this sacred space. And it roughly translates into English. Now, with Sanskrit, each word of Sanskrit can be like a paragraph in English. It's got very meaty meaning to it, very juicy, very, deep. But it roughly translates as "Thy will be done." So, Creator, the divine, Thy will be done. That we are in concert with the divine. So while I'm praying this prayer and I'm using my medicine rattle, I would like to invite you to think about just streaming golden light coming down from the divine, streaming down on your right hand side, streaming down behind you, streaming down on your left side, streaming in front of you, that you're just ensconced in this light that is streaming down from the highest heights, from beyond the beyond, from our galaxy and from the universe and all the way up to the light of Creator streaming down. And so just really covering us like the fluffiest, warmest, awesomest blanket as it's coming down. So if I also invite you to place both feet on the floor and your arms uncrossed, and just close your eyes if you choose to, and feel in your heart the message of thy will be done, that you and I and everyone here this afternoon, that we are all in concert, we are all in unison as agents of the divine. Okay? So, setting this sacred space, this sacred container for us today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 That's a good one. That's a good one. I love feeling that light coming down. So let's see what you're doing for your healing. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here on the comments to make sure that I'm getting the right items. Cindy is having a counseling session with Marine Man. Excellent. Excellent. I really appreciate her work with the angels. She has helped me with really working with a special connection with some angels. So I second that emotion. I think that's a great idea. Julie Shumway Hill is still going into the office during the week. So for healing, she's trying to de-stress at the end of the day. And on weekends, rest, relax, and read. I love it. The 3 R's: rest, relax, and read. And beautiful setting sacred space for us. You are welcome, Miss Nashe. So let's get into some readings, because this is healing messages and working with our soulful, healing, whole selves. And I'm using today a newer deck that I've gotten, but I love it. It's called The Whispers of Healing. The art is by Josephine Wall, and the author is Angela Hartfield. I have a couple of these decks that the pair has done. This is The Whispers of Healing. I'm going to put it up here again. Yeah. I just love the artwork of Josephine Wall. It's just, to me, it's just full of color and light. And if you're healing, are you hearing a little tinkling in the background? That is my chime. I actually have a chime that's behind the camera, that's behind the computer here, and it works with how do I want to say this? It has a solar panel, and so it will automatically chime when it has enough light on it. And so I think I think that my ring light that I'm using for the lighting here today is giving it an extra boost because it's a little bit cloudy outside today. The sun's coming out a little bit, but it's a little bit cloudy. Um, so there we go. If you would like a card today, please go ahead and say card please or yes please, something along those lines. And I'm going to get started with pulling the cards, shuffling them, and the healing message that comes through, I will be glad to share with you. And I'm going to get through everyone who wants a special message today. So definitely, definitely. And I don't know what it looks like on your news feed there, but I will be going in the order that it is showing up on the studio here for me. So I'm scrolling all the way back up to the beginning. And lots of hellos, lots of hellos. And here we go. Rob Coulter is the first in line. He says, howdy, card please. Certainly. Yours popped right up. And for those of you who may not know how my process works for the healing messages, when I use card deck, I shuffle until the one that is for you just kind of pops right up, or sometimes it shoots way out of the deck. This one just really popped straight up. So this is a good message for you. So I'm going to hold it up there. Maybe pull it back just a little bit so you can try to see the whole card. Sleep. There you go. Sleep. And the healing message that comes through is, how do I want to say this? Especially during times of high energy, the stars are giving off these wonderful energies. The earth, the Schumann resonance. I don't know if you've seen that today, but Mother Gaia has really responded to that healing meditation that was done last evening, and she's really resonating with the Schumann resonance. So all of those things, plus the news and Wi-Fi and all of that, all of those things play into our physical bodies and our circadian rhythm of rest and awake, and our times of just kind of going off the grid, so to speak. So it's about resting. This message is, it's about sleep. It's about resting. It's about that downtime that is really replenishing your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual system, but not to, the message is not to put too many rules around it. Let your body tell you when it's time to sleep. And if a 10-minute nap works for you during lunchtime or early afternoon, and then, that just kind of bounces you awake to finish out your day, let that be part of your routine. I know a lot of folks like to put rules around, oh, well, I'm going to go to bed early, or I'm going to get 10 hours of sleep, or I'm going to get this much sleep. And what I feel during this time is all parts of us are realigning to something brand new that we've never seen before. So all of our routines are up for grabs, up for the change. So allow your body to tell you when it's time to sleep, and not put too many rules on that. So that's the message that wants to come through for you, Rob. Thank you for tuning in today. And next we have Miss Julie Shumway Hill. Card, please. Yes, And so if you can't see what I'm doing, I'm shuffling right now. So it's underneath the camera, but I'm shuffling until the one that is for you pops up. And this one is, ooh, I love that. Vibration. Vibration. I love this. This looks like a brand new butterfly fairy type creature coming out of her cocoon. And so that's what I feel like the message is for you, Julie Shumway Hill, is that the caterpillar days are long gone. The cocoon has kind of been on all of us right now, but you're getting ready to break through, to break free. It's a new vibration. There's a new song, a new language that you're going to be speaking. And so it's all about this brand new vibration for you. And one of those, what is it? They say you can't speak butterfly language with caterpillars. So it's a new group, a new place to fit in, new language. Yeah, there you are. Neshi says, loving and sharing this special show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lynn would love a card today. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Ah, Lynn, you get ruminate. Ruminate. So the message that really wants to come through is developing a personal mantra that uplifts you and puts you in tune with your, how do I want to say this? Most beautiful, FULL self. So earlier this week, I'm still working. I'm very thankful that I still have my job, and I was really kind of focused and kind of furrowed in my brow, and I'm like, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. And something popped up on my phone, and my sister-in-law posted about Andrew Lloyd Webber was going to share his musicals on live stream or something over the weekend. And it's like, oh yeah, remember the songs from the musicals. And it just kind of made me bounce and wiggle and jiggle a little bit. And it was fun. So it changed my perspective. It gave me that extra oomph that I needed to change my vibration, to change my tone, to unfurrow my brow, and to put a little joy in there. So a new mantra, a new little tune, kind of change your tune. That's the message that wants to come through. So it could be whatever you want to, but just repeating that to yourself, writing it maybe on your mirror or posting it on your refrigerator or putting it above your computer so that you see it all the time and repeating it. So there you are. Esperanza would like one, and also for Billy. All right, Esperanza, you are first, and then I will get one for Billy. Going to. And if you hear some other kind of craziness in the background, the cat is, she's having a holiday back there. She might come buzzing through. Who knows? Alrighty, Esperanza, boundaries. Boundaries. Here comes the cat. Boundaries. So this is all about developing a new routine because all of us are experiencing this change in our entire society. The times that we used to do things and the places that we used to go at certain times, this has all changed. So it's time for new boundaries and a new routine. And this message is asking you to put yourself first for those boundaries. For example, I'm going to use myself as an example. So I was going into the office, but then last week they decided to work it out so that everyone is now working from home. Okay, great. But, that changes my routine. I decided for myself that during my normal commuting time, I would take a walk instead. So I walk around the neighborhood. I don't have to worry about running into any folks, but that's a good way for me to still keep a routine and also get some fresh air and stretch my legs and all of that good sorts of things. So yeah, if you can come up with some new routines and kind of put boundaries around that, putting yourself at the top of the list. So that's for you, Esperanza. And for Billy. Billy gets this one. It's nurture. Nurture. The message that I'm really feeling with this card is nurturing the sacred self by taking in sacred breath. So maybe sharing with Billy some ways that you like to do deep breathing. One of my favorite exercises that takes maybe 15 seconds, but I learned it from my teachers, where you take a deep breath in all the way down to the tips of your toes and beyond, and exhale. And then another deep breath in all the way to the tips of your fingers and beyond, and exhale. And then a deep breath all the way to the top of your head, the crown of your head and beyond, and exhale. And then finally, a deep breath in throughout your entire body and filling up your heart space, and exhaling out, and exhaling that out as a beautiful, beautiful sacred space around you. So I'm really feeling a breathing, nurturing for Billy for that message there. So thank you. All righty. Oh, Julie says she likes the chimes and the butterflies. Oh, you are welcome. And I got some good feedback, looking and sounding good. Rochelle says everything is perfect. Ooh, I love it. Kimberly Griffiths, looking great. Love the butterflies. Well, thank you. Thank you. Let's see here. Next one. If you would like a card, please let me know. I'm scrolling down the stream so I can see that. So I think this is about the healing that he just completed after a few months of waiting, a key ritual for his path. And that's what he's doing for healing. Awesome. Awesome. Kimberly saying, beautiful cards and love the chime. Lynn loves the chime. Oh, Thank you. It's awesome because I get afternoon light in this particular room. It comes streaming through around. No, Kitty, you do not chew on she's chewing on my roses that I just caught. No, Kitty. She's so silly. Um, but the light comes in the afternoons around 5 o'clock or so. And so when it hits that solar panel, then I hear, "Stop, Kitty." She's chewing on the leaves. Mm. So Kimberly, let's focus on you and get you a beautiful healing card. And Kitty, you probably need to get down. My kitty's name is Samhain, which is the Gaelic celebration of what we would call our Halloween. And because she adopted me on October 28th, 2012. So Kimberly, here you have, this is an interesting card. It says triggers. Triggers. But look at all these bubbles of people and situations. And so the message that I'm feeling for you is really about, stop, Kitty. The message I'm feeling for you is really about boundaries again, about putting yourself first, about putting yourself in a bubble when you need to, doing protective grounding, doing some deep breathing, but taking yourself offline and staying away from controversial Facebook posts or disturbing news feeds, things like that. Putting a bubble around yourself and then allowing yourself to go outside in nature and pop that bubble and absorb in beautiful, wonderful, fresh air. Yeah, that's the message that's coming through for you. Christina would like a card. Absolutely. Let's see here. I just looked at my time and it's 3:33. I'm getting a lot of the number repetitions very recently. 2:22, 11:11, and I just looked at the time to make sure we got plenty of time, and it's 3:33 on my clock because I'm on Central Time. So I love that. I love that. Christina, you get the card of sleep. And the message that's coming through for you, Christina, is going out in nature and not necessarily taking a nap on the ground, but just allowing your whole body to rest on the ground. So maybe taking a blanket and if this is in a park, and just spreading out the blanket and just allowing yourself to lie completely still, all parts of you, lying flat, all parts of you from your head all the way down to your feet, really kind of tuning in to Grandmother Earth. And what I'm seeing, it's really interesting. What I'm seeing is like getting magnetized by the earth, picking up the nutrients of the earth that way through all of your chakras by being completely, prone, lying flat and soaking up all of the goodness from Grandmother Earth. So maybe on a beach, maybe in a meadow, maybe by a babbling brook, or maybe in your backyard. If it's not too cool and it's not raining and you don't have snow on the ground, some place where you can just soak up Grandmother Earth. That's the message that's coming through for you. And hello, Miss Carla Jo. It's been such a long time since I've seen your lovely face. Yes, you may certainly have a card here this afternoon. Shuffly, shuffly, shuffly. Shuffle time. The one that's for you is going to pop right out. So we're going to see that. Okay. And for you, Miss Carla Jo, positive-minded people. It looks like she's blowing bubbles, doesn't it? It looks like little fairies in the bubble. And so it's interesting. The message that I'm getting here for you, Carla, is sharing your unique perspective and wisdom, your deep and very attuned wisdom, your sacred wisdom with people. Just like these bubbles are being shared out in the world. So designing some classes for people to take remotely through Zoom or through Facebook, a special group or something along those lines. Sharing your wisdom, coming up with a curriculum for uplifting and healing people. Yeah, sharing your wisdom and really sharing your positivity out there in the world. Yeah, awesome. Rob says he's going to go take a nap now. Good. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. Martina, may I have a card, please? Yes. All righty. Okay. So Martina, this is interesting. The card that's coming up, it says seek seclusion. So isn't that a little ironic here at this time when we are practicing social distancing and keeping at home and all of those good sorts of things because of what's going on out there in the world. So this whole idea of seeking seclusion, the message that wants to come through is I'm seeing this vision. And so what happens as a clairvoyant is I see things and then I have to try to put them in words and describe them. So if I have this funny look on my face, it's like I'm trying to figure out how to say that, say what I'm seeing. So this seeking seclusion is not about you being off by yourself and just shut away behind closed doors and close the windows and all the blinds and all of those sorts of things, but it's about seeking first your own input and kind of like that protective bubble. I know we had a message earlier about having protective bubble around yourself, but seeking your own counsel first. What I'm feeling is like there are at least a couple people, maybe more, who are wanting to offer all kinds of remedies and opinions of you should do this and you should do this and you should do this and you should do that, and your own body and your own mind and your own spirit know what you need. So seek ye first your own sovereignty, your own opinion. Yeah. And even maybe going so far as putting a bubble around your ears so that, it just kind of rolls off and you don't even have to take in someone else's pushy opinions or kind of like, well, I'm doing this, so you should do this. Everybody should do this. whatever this is, whatever these opinions are. But yeah, seeking your own opinion first, what your body needs, what your body wants, what your mind needs, what your mind wants. Yeah, that's the message that wants to come through. Yes. You are welcome, Rob. And we did get Esperanza and Billy, so we did that a little bit earlier in the feed. And and of course, Deborah. Certainly. We will be glad to get a card for you. I'm shuffling until the one that's for you pops up. Ah. Oh, I like this here. A couple fairies playing on toadstools. Alternative. So a lot of people at this time are liking to seek some alternative remedies. I know I personally have been looking into mushrooms and elderberries and things like that. Here comes a four-legged friend. She's trying to get in on the action, so I'm going to try to keep her away from the camera, but she's sticking her nose up here. So if we get photobombed, you know what's happening. So she's offering some alternative kitty medicine here. So maybe you are wanting to explore some different ways of augmenting your own health routine to boost the immune system. So I have been looking into, I haven't decided on anything yet, but I have been looking into mushrooms, like reishi, I think it's called, the reishi mushrooms, to boost the immune system. So alternative. That is the message for you today, Deborah. Neshi is replying to someone. You are in the live chat. I can see your comment. Okay. There we go. I did get your card just now, Deborah. So there you go. Lynn is saying, I agree and thank you. My little stinker cat is at it again. She's chewing on the leaves. She's adding her alternative medicine, I guess. Amy Daniels. Of course, you may have a card. You may have a card. Silly kitty. Alrighty, I'm shuffling until the one that's for you pops up. Ooh, this is good. This is good. You get nurture, Miss Amy Daniels. Nurture. Nurture. So this is nature nurturing. Again, what I'm seeing and feeling right now is like squishing your toes in the sand. Or just using your fingers and squishing your fingers in the dirt as a gardener planting things. So really using nature with your sensory experience of actually touching and feeling and really letting nature nurture you. Yeah. And here's something that's coming through also is, have you ever considered making a power staff or an empowerment staff, using a limb? Maybe it's 4.5, 5 foot tall, easily that it can be, moved. Something that is already on the ground that you can leave the bark on if you want to, or you can take the bark off. You can paint it, but the staff is a tool, a spiritual tool, can be healing. But it's like an empowerment wand. So making a staff and then going hiking and using that as another sensory aid as you are out and about in nature. So that's the message that's coming through. Stop. A silly kitty. Cindy is asking for a card. Certainly. Aha. Okay. Oh, ooh, this one flew on the floor. Let me grab it. Aha. Okay. So it flew out of the deck right onto the floor. Okay, Cindy, you get flow. Flow. So this is all about your body processes and your emotions just flowing. We can't heal what we don't feel. And that includes dreams and our thoughts. So letting them flow and not damming up the process is what's coming through. So letting it go, going with the flow. And it's important, especially at this time, this is the opportunity for that. To allow ourselves to move in those rhythms that we need for ourselves. I know I shared during Neshi's show that for the past 3 days, I have felt just really and truly awful. Just body aches, my head was hurting. I didn't have the, any illness. I knew from my own healing work that, I'm going through another detoxing process of what I wasn't sure. And then this morning I had these series of dreams that were incredibly emotional. It's like, okay. So all of that extra preparation that my body was going through was for this release of the dreams, whatever needed to come out in this series of dreams that I shared during Neshi's show. So it's about flow, just letting it go, letting the emotions come up, letting the thoughts come up, and we don't have to judge them. We can just let them come up, let them have their say, and then let them go. Going with the flow. There you are. Martina, we got you, Miss Martina. And Esperanza says, right on point. Thank you. Oh, yes. Yes. Samhain saying, yes, Mama, I do chew on the roses you just got. She was trying to chew on the leaves. I'm like, that stinker. That stinker. Kimberly says, thank you very much. Nature is very helpful for sure. You got it. And Christina says, thank you. Love that idea. It's a little cold today, but make sure to try it. Sunny day this week. Yeah. Depends on where you are in the world of whether or not lying on the ground is, if you can do that in a temperate space. Carla Joes, thank you. I will try. Certainly. Martina says, wow, I have been doing that. We got Cindy, we got Martina. You are welcome, Martina. And Miss Neshi, absolutely. Our wonderful editor and producer and all of that. Great support system, mentor for me, creator of my healing drum, my big cheerleader. What else can I say about Miss Neshi? Aha. Ooh, look at this one. It says transform. Transform. So I love this. It looks like what would you call that? A terrarium kind of thing? But looking at the light that is coming off of that, it looks to me like lightning. It looks to me like lightning. So this message is kind of like an aha bolt of brand new intelligence coming through that's gonna like zip through your foundation from top to toe and like, whoa, like an instant transformation. I don't know what kind or what it's going to bring you, but like instant transformation. Oh, so cool. I just feel like the zing of lightning, electric, exciting. So you'll have to tell us when it's time to share what that transformation is. But transform, I love it. I love it. You are welcome, Deborah. April, hello there. Amy Daniel says, cool, thank you. Cindy says, I thought you were going to say microdose psilocybin. No. No, but yeah, I was thinking of adding some of those mushrooms from mushrooms that are good for the immune system. I've been listening to some podcasts of herbalists and thinking about that. So I think we've gotten to everyone who has asked for a card today. So if you have not yet asked for a card, please raise your hand, say yes, or card please, or something. And she says, transform a bolt of lightning. Love it. Awesome. Yes. We have just a few minutes left. At the beginning of the program, I was asking what you were doing for healing, and I was able to post some of the messages. And again, I just want to show you one of my new roses here. I got some roses. I went to the grocery and they have some roses. I'm going to make rose water later. I need a new batch of rose water. I use rose water in the bathtub. I use rose water spray on my face every day. I use rose water sometimes spraying on my hair. I did do that today. And the rose water that I have left that I need to make a new batch, I'm going to be using in my bathtub later. I'll just pour it straight in and also use some salt. But this is going to be some new rose water that I will use in my little nice squirter. And Shvanash Angels is asking for a card, please. So certainly, let's get you a card message today of healing. And for you, it is the message of release. And as I pulled up the card, I was hearing Elsa singing Let It Go from the Frozen movie. So just letting it go, whatever wants to release, you can use your intuition, definitely, but you can use your intention of having it release gently. easily and completely, and just letting it go, whatever that is. If it's physical, something that needs to release for you, emotional, mental, or spiritual release. So here's some, that looks like lightning too, doesn't it? Just release. Yeah, there you go. Ah, so we've just about reached the top of the hour, and I thank you all for being with me today. It has been my pleasure to offer these healing messages for you. And again, I was using the Whispers of Healing Oracle deck, artwork by Josephine Wall, and I just think her artwork is absolutely amazing. Author is Angela Hartfield. So I love this. Look at this beautiful photo. This beautiful artwork. I just love all the messages that came through today. And I'm so appreciative of everyone who has taken some time out this afternoon to focus on your healing and to be right here in the community of healers and sharing in this healing today and being part of this cosmic conversation. And as I end every program now, I'm using the phrase Om Tat Sat, which it translates into English as I am that. But the message is like I am. It's an I am message. So we can use our intentions of our mind and our emotions and our spirit of I am. I am whole. I am peace. I am healing. I am the broad intention of love. I am a spark of the divine. I am Om Tat Sat. I am that I am. And so as we close out today, Neshi is saying, thank you, Julie, for a special show of appreciation for the Star Nations community and the live stream audience. You are all so welcome. So as you leave today, I want to leave you with Om Tat Sat. I am that. I am that I am. From my heart to yours, Om Tat Sat. Ah.